It's Mother's Day. Let's talk about the mothers of Disney and find out which one would I pick if I had to pick one of those Disney mothers to be my mother. Well, hello there. My name's Jeremy and welcome back to Freeform Disney, where I talk about all aspects of Disney, from the animated movies to the theme parks to Star Wars, Marvel, and Pixar, and the TV shows, and everything else in between. And that is why it's Freeform. And keep coming back every day for new daily content. If you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Welcome back to another Freeform Disney. First off, before we go any further, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Now, on to Disney, and a spoiler warning for various Disney movies ahead. So I'm going to look at a bunch of Disney animated movie mothers. Now, I will note there are a whole lot of absent mothers in Disney. I mean, Disney's kind of famous for dead or absent parents. Gotta make our characters heroic by getting rid of those pesky parents. Well, let's see. Right off the bat, I can say there are certainly some that I would not pick. I think I would pass on Lady Tremaine. No evil stepmother for me right there. Definitely also, I could pass on Mother Gothel. Just no. I think I'd also take a pass on Chicha over in Emperor's New Groove. Just a little too controlling, bossy. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going on that one, so probably going to pass on Chicha. There's some mothers that we just don't see enough of to really get a good idea, so I'm just not going to mention them much. I just don't feel we have a good idea of what, say, Anna Nelson's mother is like, or Moana's mother, or, say, Nala's mother, or Cody's mother in Rescuers Down Under. We just don't have enough there for me to really go off of, so I'm going to go ahead and skip those. Same with Wendy and Michael and John's mother. Just don't have enough there to go on for sure. What about Mrs. Jumbo? Dumbo's mother. I mean, certainly seems to be soft, kind, loving mother. I mean, it's a possibility. I feel I run into another spot where I just don't know enough. It seems to be the interactions with young Dumbo. And need a little more than just that, right? So I think we'll pass on Mrs. Jumbo. And the Widow Tweed, definitely nice to Todd. I mean, she would probably make a good choice, but not my choice. I think she's just a little too permissive, shall we say. Of course, in fairness, it is a human to a fox, so we'll grant that, and maybe it's a little harder to tell. Same kind of problem with Kala. She's a good enough mother to Tarzan, definitely, but need a little bit more there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want somebody who's super heavy with rules and restrictions and doesn't allow you much of anything, but there's the opposite side there too, and I think Kala strays a little too far that direction. And same thing for Sarah Hawkins over there. I mean, I feel like you could get away with murder right there. Well, not literally. Although Disney tries to get away with it lots of times by killing off mothers. Or fathers. Okay, that may be a different joke there. Let's move on. Okay, we've gotten past all of the ones that I'm more so-so or just outright rejecting. I've got about 7 that are high up on my list. Now, those would be, I'm going to name them off and then talk about them a bit more after that. So we've got Bambi's mother. We've got Perdita over in 101 Dalmatians, Duchess from the Aristocats, Kanga from the Winnie the Pooh movies, Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast, Sarabi from Lion King, and Franny Robinson from Meet the Robinsons. So those are probably my top 7 picks. Okay, let's talk Duchess. Duchess is an interesting choice. Now, Aristocats I have seen a couple times. I gotta be honest, I don't remember the interactions between Duchess and the 3 kids well enough to really feel that I can make that choice. Now, I know she's definitely a nice mother. Everything in my memory goes for that, but I have not seen that movie in a few years. I'm even gonna have to pass on Duchess. Sorry, Duchess, you're out. Going for another one where I just don't have enough knowledge to really feel solid with making the choice, Franny Robinson. Now, she's set up to be a great mother. After all, our main character is looking for a mother, being an orphan, and wanting just that. Now, we will note that that actually is his future wife. Weird, if you think too deeply about that. It's not weird in the end, but hey, it works. But Franny Robinson, the problem is I've seen Meet the Robinsons probably 2-3 times. Similar problem to Aristocats. It's been a while, too. But she's set up as a really good mother, and so definitely I think that would be a possibility. And going on my list of mothers I know least to best here, we've got Perdita over in 101 Dalmatians. Now, for any of these movies, for the longest it has been since I have seen the movie with one of these in it, it's probably been longer since I've seen 101 Dalmatians than it has since I've seen the Aristocats. So it has been a while. I certainly do remember some interactions with Perdita and Pongo and the pups, but not enough to feel solid there either where I'm going, but definitely enough to go ahead and know that I think Perdita would be a good pick for a mother. Nice, warm, caring mother, spends time, seems to have some ground rules, shall we say. So yeah. Okay, so who do we got left? We got Bambi's mother, Kanga, Mrs. Potts, and Sarabi. I feel I know all 4 of those well enough to make an informed decision, shall we say, on those 4. So let's see, Bambi's mother, Kanga, Mrs. Potts, and Sarabi. Which way shall we go? Okay, I don't think I'm going to pick Mrs. Potts here. Sorry, Mrs. Potts, I think she does a good job, good mother. So why not Mrs. Potts? Well, I don't know, she just doesn't fit quite what I'm looking for, I think, if I were to have to pick one. I mean, all 4 of these, I think, are good choices. Let's just say that off the bat. And her interactions with Chip are definitely sweet. There's some nice interactions there. And yet, I almost feel like there's not quite as much warmth, I think, between Mrs. Potts and Chip as I would like to see. I think maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I think that's it. And I think I'm going to move on from there. Next up, Kanga's going to go ahead and get the axe. Sorry, Kanga, you're not going to go ahead and make the pick. I think Kanga is very warm, very kind. Not quite enough rules. I think she lets Rue get away with a little bit too much. Ultimately, definitely not as much as some of those other mothers that we were talking about earlier. So don't get me wrong there. I'm not saying it's like, Kala or, say, Widow Tweed or Sarah Hawkins or somebody like that. But even so, amongst the top picks I've got, a little too much. But you can't help but love Kanga anyway, right? Kanga's awesome. All right, we're down to the final 2. We got Bambi's mother or Sarabi. Both have a lot of good points to them. Bambi's mother is, again, certainly a kind, loving mother, very much a good teacher, it seems, to Bambi as well. When it comes to things like explaining the meadow, talking about, say, the seasons, just introducing Bambi to the world and helping get those ground ideas for what to find acceptable and what not. I mean, she's a good teaching mother, she's a good protective mother, she's kind, she's sweet, definitely a good mother. Sarabi we don't see as much of with Simba, but we do see a bit. I mean, we certainly see the affection, we see the warmth, and we know that she goes ahead and definitely sets some rules, ground rules, but she's willing to negotiate on them. Like, think about the trip that Simba and Nala end up taking out. Now, admittedly, Sarabi certainly didn't know they were going to an elephant graveyard, because she probably wouldn't have approved of that. But even then, she went ahead and accepted and worked with it, and sent Zazu with them to go ahead and look after them. So there were ground rules being set as well, but she's willing to work with Simba at the same time. So, which one wins out? Is it Sarabi or Bambi's mother? As much as I love Lion King, I just think I'm going to have to go with Bambi's mother. And it's probably also edged out in the fact that we see a lot more of those interactions between Bambi and his mother. We just don't get to see quite enough with Sarabi. But they're both great, but Bambi's mother, especially the interactions, the teaching, the knowledge passed, and the way they work with each other, it definitely is a good choice. And I think that is where I'm going. We're going to go ahead and say Bambi's mother would be my pick for who I would pick for one of the Disney animated movies if I had to pick a mother there. So Bambi's mother it is, everyone. Sorry, Sarabi. There you have it. I have definitely picked the best mother in all of Disney. Super objective and very scientific. You can't possibly disagree with that decision after I laid out all of my super sound, clear reasoning right there. Yeah, no disagreement possible. You all agree with me, right? Well, yeah. Oh? If not, what about you? Which Disney mother would you pick? Let me know down below in the comments. And again, happy Mother's Day. And thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And I'll see you back here again tomorrow for another new episode of Freeform Disney. And if you haven't done it yet, click that subscribe button and ring the bell. Have a magical day, and may the Force be with you always.